Hello divinities, my name is Jay Simone and you're watching Awaken Comedic Divinity, where I provide spirituality tips for the newly awakened to help them build a better spiritual foundation. I take it you find yourself here because you just started your spiritual journey, or you've just started to awaken and now you're trying to get a grasp on everything that's going on in the spiritual community and spiritual world. My goal with this channel is to help you get started on your journey, but also apply practical tips to your daily life so that way you don't have to go out of your way to practice spirituality. You're able to just simply integrate it into different portions and areas of your day, especially if you're like me and you like having like little magical aspects that are like just a touch of magic. If you want to call it magic, if you want to just call it like workings, but just to add like that little hint of magic to your everyday life. So without further ado, let's get on with this video. So this video is about the fundamentals of numerology. I say fundamentals because there are a lot of videos about numerology out there. However, they only cover like the angel numbers. So like the repeating sequence numbers like 111, 222, 333, and so on. Or they go over life path numbers. And though there is some similarity between like regular life path numbers and the fundamental numbers, you barely ever see a breakdown of just the individual numbers on their own, 1 through 9, 11, 22, and 33. So with that said and that in mind, this video is to go over the individual numbers, number 1 through 9, 11, 22, 33. I will list some useful links on other numbers down below in the description box, so make sure to check that out. Also check the description box for my social media links. I would definitely love it and appreciate if you guys could follow me on my other social media platforms. I am Awaken Comedic Divinity on YouTube, of course, Twitter is Comedic Divinity, but IG, TikTok are Awaken Comedic Divinity as well. I do have a blog, awakencomedicdivinity.com. I recommend definitely checking out the blog. We do have some posts on there that'll go a little more into depth than what I can do with the videos, and also like have more links. Like there are a lot of resource links on the blog too. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, press the bell button so you get notifications every time I post, and leave a like, because let's be for real, you're gonna like this video and this is gonna be a very useful video. You want to like save it to your playlist and everything like that, because you're gonna find yourself referencing this. So leave a comment too. Let me know how cute and adorable you think I am. Let me know what you guys think of the video formats and stuff like that, so that way I can create better content for you, because I want to make sure I cover any questions that you could have regarding spirituality. I know that when I started my spiritual journey, I thought it was a lot, and I felt like a lot of the information was everywhere, spread out. I want to make sure that my content pulls all that information into one spot or one place, so you don't have to look that far for information. And you guys providing me feedback on how I'm doing with that will definitely help, or how I could do that better, that would definitely help. I would really appreciate it. But at the same time, like me saying that I'm adorable is not an invite for creepy comments. Those will get deleted or removed or something. I don't know. I haven't decided how to deal with the creepy comments yet. Just don't send them. If they're going to be creepy, if you think it's going to be creepy, don't send it. So first things first, there are multiple forms of numerology. Two of the forms that I found so far, and there may be more, but two of the forms I found so far are Chaldean and Pythagorean. Now, the most popular one that is used today is the Pythagorean numerology. For the most part, the meanings of the numbers are the same, but the calculations to get like life path numbers and other numbers is going to be different between the two forms. Like I said, the most popular one for spirituality is going to be Pythagorean numerology, so that is what this video is mainly focused on and geared towards. If you guys want a video about Chaldean numerology, please let me know. Leave a comment down below or send me a DM or other message, however form you want to communicate with me, whether it be carrier pigeon or Morse code, and I'll get it figured out on what to go over for a Chaldean video. Maybe I'll do like a breakdown of Chaldean chart or something like that. I don't know. Now, I do want to also real quick give you guys a book recommendation. The book I want to recommend is A Beginner's Guide to Numerology. This is not sponsored, by the way. This is just a book out of my personal collection. I picked this up when I first started my spiritual journey because I knew that numerology was a big portion of spirituality. Numerology is used in tandem with tarot when you are looking at the different stories that the tarot tells. That adds another perspective to tarot reading. So that's like one thing I like about it. Numerology is also used in calculating your life path, your birth, and like other aspects of your numerology chart, but I'm not going to go over that in this video because there are many videos on that. The focus of this video is just the fundamentals of the meanings of each number, okay? If you guys do want me to do like a more in-depth, like going over like how to find your life path number or what your life path number means, please let me know, and I'm more than happy to oblige and give you guys that video. I just feel like there's a lot of videos on it, so I don't want to like, I mean, I know there's not a lot of videos featuring me. I mean, who doesn't want to see me and my adorable face giving lessons on numerology, but I digress. First number we're going to start with is 0. 0 is representative of void or potential. Think of creation stories, where a lot of creation stories talk about there being nothing and then all of a sudden there was something. For example, when God created the world, he was floating over the void, and then he spoke out over the void and then started creating the world. In Egyptian mythology, there is the sense of the watery depths of noon and then a tomb creating himself from those watery depths of noon. So 0 is a void number, and when you look at the world card in tarot, I'll try to post a picture here. When you look at the world card in tarot, it also has like a 0 on it, or an Ouroboros, however you want to term it, which is like a snake eating its tail, and it's like a symbol for like infinity. 0 gives you a lot of potential. So when you see 0 come up, you're working with a lot of potential, a lot of like endless possibilities. Anything could happen. 0 is also seen in numerology as an amplifier of energies, because people look at it and it can look like a mirror. So if you have like 0 following a number or 0 before a number, depending on how you want to interpret it, you can see 0 as amplifying whatever numbers are around it. And we'll go on to the meaning to the other numbers in just a second. The next number is going to be number 1. Number 1 is seen as a masculine number, and it is the number of leadership and success. Think of 1 as like winning a gold medal or being in first place, and it marks success and individuality. So briefly going back to the 0 point, where 0 would be amplified, if you see like 10, the number 10, 1, 0, then it's like amplifying that 1, giving you like a larger sense of success. The next number after that is going to be 2. 2 is a feminine number. It is a number of duality and also a number of cooperation, where two parties are working together in unity. Think of it, like I said, teamwork, partnership. The next number that we're looking at is 3. Now 3 is considered a number of luck because it looks like 2 horseshoes together. It is also the number of the Trinity, and there are many religions that have the sense of a Trinity. Triangle, the pyramid, the Trinity, those are very key shapes in numerology. You've got the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. You have Mary, Jesus, Joseph. In particular with Kemetic spirituality, you have Aset, Asar, Heru. So 3 is a very important number. And if you get into like manifesting with the 369 method, 369 is a number that Nikola Tesla came up with to be like one of the key numbers of the universe. So that's where 3 plays a role. They're doing a working for luck, for example. Doing like stuff in 3s would definitely help with amplifying the working. I'll go over more details at the end of this video on how you can use numerology in your working, so make sure you stay tuned till we get to the end of the video. 4 is a number of stability and foundation. You want to think of it like that because with a 4, you can draw a square, and that is one of the most stable things that you can have. You could think of it as like a door frame. I think of it as a door frame. That's how I remember 4 being a number of stability, because I think of a door frame, and then I think of, in order for a door frame to stand, there has to be a lot of stability around it. If there's like an earthquake, you would stand. If you don't have anywhere else to go, you would stand on a door frame because it would be stable. So 4 is a number of stability and foundation. Then you've got the number 5. 5 is a number of adventurous and freedom. 5 can also be, I believe, a number of change, but I will need to get back to you guys on that. I'll probably leave like a disclaimer or something over here, so that way it kind of goes over the number of 5. I remember thinking of 5 as like 5 like beehives, and like you can only find beehives out in nature. So in order to take advantage of the number 5, you want to go outside in nature and explore and just enjoy the world. Then you have the number 6. Now 6 is a family number. It is one of community and togetherness. The way I remember 6 is that I think of sticks, which rhymes with 6. Sorry, I studied like a while back. I studied like a memory mnemonic. I don't know how you say that, but anyways. 6 is a number of family. The way I think of 6 is like 6 sticks, using those sticks to build a home, to be with your family. So it is a number of community and togetherness, but in a familial sense, not to where it's like a partnership or teamwork type of thing. And you've got the number 7. Now 7 is known across many cultures and practices as being a spiritual number. As you guys know, 7 is significant in Christianity because you've got 777, which is supposed to be the number of God. And I want to say, like, that's why people are scared of 666, because then they're like, oh, it's the devil, it's like one less than God or something like that. I don't know. We also have 7 days in the week. You have 7 main chakras that you have going up and down throughout your body. Just check out my chakra video if you haven't already. I haven't posted it yet. It will be posted soon, and it's just gonna link in the cards here. Then you got the number 8, which is a number for wealth and success. You will love, like, when you get into spirituality, if you start taking up numerology as part of your journey, you will love seeing the number 8. 8 also has a sense of infinity because it looks like an infinity sign, and it kind of like goes back to that sense of Ouroboros, where you have like the snake eating the tail and just continuing. So yes, 8 is a number of wealth and success. And then you end up with the number 9, which is the end of cycles or humanitarian. I see 9, the way I remember 9 is 9 being divine, and the divine is humanitarian. The divine is worried about the needs of others, not just itself. 9 is also the end of the numbers recognized in numerology. You got 0 through 9. So 9 will also mark the end of cycles or the end of something. And then the last number you have is 11. Now 11 is considered a master number. It's considered spiritual because the 2 ones resemble a gateway. If you're familiar, a lot of people, even those not in spirituality, will recognize the number 1111. They see that as a gateway to higher consciousness. That may be why you find yourself on this video, is because you started seeing the number 1111 a lot, and so you're starting to have your awakening. I remember that I would see 1111, and that would be the catalyst for my awakening. I probably mentioned this in a video, but I don't remember if I did or which video it is. The address of the place where I was getting my hand issues treated was located at 1111. So, I mean, like I said, it was kind of blatantly there. So yeah. Master number, gateway to higher consciousness. It can also be amplified numbers of 1. 11 in your birth chart means that, I don't know how to describe it. It's a key number because you can't, when you have it in your birth chart, you can't break it down, but then it gets the amplified sense of the number like 2 and like elements of the number 1. Like I said, if you decide to pursue spirituality in more detail, definitely get this book because it'll explain all of that, and that's where a lot of this information comes from. Beginner's Guide to Numerology, definitely recommend reading it. Not sponsored. Maybe one day if I ever qualify for Amazon affiliate code links, then, you know, I might put that there. But another thing about 11, and this is going to go into the numbers 22 and 33, is like after that, the consecutive numbers of 22, 33, 66, 44, 55, numbers that are like that, numbers that are multiples of 11, will also be seen as master numbers. You can still break them down in a sense, but they aren't meant to be broken down, but they will come in with extra energy, so to speak. So like I said, 1111 isn't meant to be broken down, but you're getting in the energies of 2, you're getting in the energies of 1. Had 22, you would get the energies of 4, you would get the energies of 2, amplified, and like 33, you get the energies of 6, you get the energies of 3. That's how the numbers work, and just kind of continues consecutively. As you continue your path, you'll realize that the number 13 is actually a lucky number, and 666 isn't the number of the beast at all. It's an angel number as well, and not like angel as in like Lucifer angel. So thanks to society's programming, it may take you some time to unlearn what an unlucky number is, because society has made us see these numbers as like being bad luck or being evil, when they really aren't. They actually are some of the more powerful numbers that we need to take back and reclaim. Also within the spiritual community, we'll see a lot of the use of the numbers sequence 3, 6, 9. As I mentioned before, Nikola Tesla liked the numbers 3, 6, 9 and said that was the language of the universe. There are people that do work with the 3, 6, 9 number as a way of doing affirmations or manifestations, where like the first time of the day they'll do it, like they'll repeat an affirmation 3 times, and then in the middle of the day they'll do 6 times, and at the end of the day they do 9 times. Or they may like script out something 3 times, 6 times, 9 times, like, you know, throughout the day. So you guys saw on my affirmation video. Try to do my affirmations in 369. Usually I don't end up doing them because for some weird reason my brain is just like, these are gonna take forever. I really need to like fix that thought pattern because I definitely think I would benefit from affirmations. So like I managed to memorize my old affirmations and I do still have a lot of those in my head, but sidebar for another day. Decide to utilize 369. That is one of the ways in which you can do it. If you, of course, don't believe in magic, which I can totally understand because I myself am someone of science, you can think of it as like a way of tricking your brain. Like even if you don't think the number 369 holds power, your brain may still like pick up on different things. Or if you tell your brain's important, it's gonna like stick to that and it's gonna like remember that. So alright, divinity. Just so you guys know, find a lot of uses for numerology. One of the uses that you will find it in is divination. As I mentioned before, you guys will use it when you work with tarot. If you're looking at another aspect to add to your tarot card reading, you will find a lot of numerology in divination, such as limerand and tarot. There is a difference between the two. I actually want to learn limerand, but that's another sidebar. So putting that aside, numerology is something that you will also find that you want to use in your practice. That is, if you feel inspired to do so. If you don't feel like it's going to really help you, then don't bother. As I mentioned before, you can use numerology in your practice, whether it's your affirmation over an oil or drink or beverage of some sort that you're about to consume. You could say it the number of times for corresponding with your intention. If you decide to, for example, some people like to stir things in their drinks, or they like to stir just if they're given anything to stir, use that in order to do magic. And you can either go clockwise or counterclockwise. Clockwise if you're bringing something in, counterclockwise if you're trying to banish. You can do that in correspondence to your intention as well. Personally, I like to use numerology in mundane magic, such as if I get a chance to use, like for example, I've recently purchased some dryer balls and I like to use those in the dryer instead of dryer sheets, and I like to use essential oils on them that correspond to my intentions. So I also like to add to that by putting in the corresponding number that may work for my intentions that day. Like if I'm gonna be focusing on like something spiritual for that time that I like did the laundry, then I may put 7 drops on it. If I'm focusing on protection, I'll usually do 9. So it just really depends on like what your intention is for that. Or I'll do 4 if I'm doing like protection, because 4 is a number of stability. Now, as I mentioned before, this video is just on each individual number. When you start seeing them in sequence, they could be a sign that your spiritual team is trying to talk to you, get in touch with you, bring your attention to something, provide you with a warning, however you interpret that to be. Now, everyone's numbers for warnings and heads ups for like good luck stuff will always be different, because you can communicate with your spiritual team to tell you what number is going to mean what to you. For me, the number 5 is also a number of family and unity, because there are 5 people in my family, whereas for most people they would choose 6 as a number of family. Another number you may start to see a lot is your birth number. So if your spiritual team is trying to get in touch with you or get your attention to something, they may start showing you like your birth number, such as like if you're born on December 23rd, you'd see 1223 a lot, or if you were born on like February 5th, you might see 0205 or 25, however it would work to get your attention. So just as a heads up, that would be another way to make use of numerology. So numerology has many applications, which is why I do recommend studying it and using the book that I recommended earlier, A Beginner's Guide to Numerology. It'll at least get you started. This book will also teach you how to do your own numerology chart and some other useful tips and tricks when working with numerology. I will say, however, though, as with many spiritual forms of divination and workings, not just doing your own information, but doing other people's information, it's going to hold that, like the paper that you write on is going to hold that energy, and you don't hold on to that energy. There are people, when I was practicing numerology, that I did their charts for, but I held on to those energies because those are people close to me that I don't have to worry about. But if you decide to start like offering numerology readings or something like that, then you would not want to hold on to that energy. So you would want to either rip up the paper or burn it, however you want to get rid of that energy. The other point that I want to make is, as with many forms of divination, really look at this as like an outline or a guideline. It's not like the determining factor of your fate. I'll kind of go over this saying, when I do my book review on the Hermetica, but something that kind of stood out to me was like in the Hermetica, Hermes or Thoth or Tahuti is treated with saying, I will put man's fate in the stars, but he can still overcome that fate. And I think that would apply to like any sort of divination. Like, even though divination may tell you one thing, you still have the power of choice and free will, so you could easily change your fate. And so don't look at numerology as like set in stone, because you could make some choices that could, like, maybe you saw 888 earlier, but then you make some choices in your life and now that's like invalid. So your choices will impact your outcome. Same with tarot, same with numerology. It gives you a good idea as to why you are the way that you are, if there are like some aspects of your personality, and it brings that to the forefront so you can see where you need to do some work on some things. You can see where you can grow, you can see what your weak points are, stuff like that. Same with astrology and using your astrology chart. You can see where you need to grow, see what you need to work with, and everything like that. And then my final word of caution for using numerology is that I think I've been trying to say this like this entire time, so I'm sorry it's taken me forever to get to this point too. Do not just be looking into people's energies without their permission. Everyone I read a numerology chart on, they were okay with me doing that chart for them, and I knew that they wouldn't mind me practicing on them. However, say you're into someone and you want to do their chart just for the sake of doing their chart, and you have all that information, but you didn't ask them if you could do their chart. I know it can be tempting, but proceed with caution. Messing with others' energies is not something to be laughed at, especially when it comes into terms of like looking into those energies, because then it's like you're getting like an inside look at who they are as a person, and some people may like that, some people may not like that, and you want to be respectful of their privacy, which is why, like, if you do any form of divination, you always want to be hesitant into looking into other people unless like they give you explicit permission to do so. Like, say for example, you're a tarot reader and someone wants you to see if their boyfriend is cheating. You could divine that and see if the boyfriend's cheating, but say they wanted to like get more information on the boyfriend, but he hasn't given them their permission to get that information from you, then you wouldn't want to do that. I'm providing information that you guys can do with what you want, but at the same time, I want to like give you caution, because when you start getting into privacy, like the personal privacy of people and manipulating free will, stuff like that, you start to essentially mess with karma or mess with fate, like your fate specifically. So if you don't pay for it in this lifetime, you will probably pay for it in a future lifetime, and that's up to you and if you want to deal with that, because I'm gonna be for real, you probably don't. I don't know about you, but I think I'm only supposed to be here one time and call it a day. So, not that I know that for sure, but I'm not trying to be here on Earth more than I need to, because this place is ghetto. So, do with that information what you would like to do. I do hope that it provides a better idea as to how you can use numerology in your practice, should you feel inclined to use. I want to thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of this video. I hope the information found in this video was informative and useful. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you get notified every single time I post. I'm definitely trying to be more consistent, so please make sure you are subscribed so you can see my posts. I'm trying to get up to posting 5 times a week, but we'll see about that. It depends on like if I come across interesting information that needs to be shared, any information I feel needs to be broken down, or anything that you guys send me, because I do want to shoot videos on questions that you guys have for me. Also, make sure to check out my other social media channels. I am Awaken Comedic Divinity here on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, but you can find me at Comedic Divinity on Twitter. I am sure you guys would love to see more of my presence online and be graced by it, so you are welcome. And I hope that you divinity stay blessed, and please make sure to check out this book if you want to get into numerology. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.